Hey guys, Moro and Esposito here. We're providing you with a little Rewind Theater trailer commentary for the first official full-length trailer to Captain America: The First Avenger.
A lot of the stuff we're going to see in this trailer is just this sort of expanded upon the Super Bowl teaser that we saw.
Right, the 30-second spot. And basically, they spend a lot of time building up the backstory of Steve Rogers, that he's this scrawny little guy who really wants to serve his country. He tries to enlist 5 times, and all 5 times he gets rejected.
It's actually pretty impressive how quickly they established that in a short trailer.
Yeah. And here's where we're going to start to get our first kind of shots of different characters in the film. This right here is our first shot of Bucky Barnes, who is played by Sebastian Stan.
It's interesting because Bucky seems a lot older than he's typically portrayed in the comic books, almost as though he's sort of a mentor toward a pre-super soldier Steve.
And then I'm going to stop right here as well because they're having this conversation at some sort of expo. If you look at the writing on the blue hot dog stand here on the lower right, it says World Exposition of Tomorrow. I'm just theorizing here, but we know that Tony Stark's dad, Howard Stark, Tony Stark being Iron Man, Howard Stark plays a role in this film.
Right.
I'm just wondering, is this the first Stark Expo, actually?
It could be.
This guy right here is Tommy Lee Jones. He plays Colonel Chester Phillips. He's the man who actually recruits Steve into the Super Soldiers program. This shot right here, I'm going to come back to, but I'm just going to freeze on it for a second because in the center here, that's Dum Dum Dugan, Helen Commando, and he's firing some sort of like blue laser gun.
Taken out of context, it's kind of weird, but we come back to it later.
Yeah, we have a theory of it that kind of builds out later in the trailer. This character speaking right here is Professor Erskine, who is played by Stanley Tucci right there. He's the man who actually invents and creates the super soldier serum.
This is a lot of the stuff that we saw in the Super Bowl trailer, but with one huge addition.
Which is right, bam, there.
There we go.
Who's this guy?
That is Howard Stark. That is Iron Man's daddy.
Yep, played by Dominic Cooper right there.
And rocking the awesome mustache.
I like, by the way, did you note how the super soldier serum was blue?
Yeah.
And that's actually in continuity. If you guys remember in The Incredible Hulk, when Emil Blonsky subjects himself to the super soldier serum, it's also that blue formula. So.
You have good memories.
Well, Hulk is one of my favorite Marvel characters. By the way, this woman right here, that is Haley Atwell, and she plays Peggy Carter, Steve's love interest. And she also, just for all you Marvel Comics fans, she is the grandmother of Sharon Carter, who in the modern-day Cap stories is his love interest and an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Boom. I want to stop on this shot because you have an interesting description for it, Joey.
Yeah, this is the scene they showed at San Diego Comic-Con last year that shows Red Skull either in his mask or pre-Red Skull, holding a glowing, what we think is the Cosmic Cube.
Exactly. And this kind of underground layer, if you will, you can't really see here, but in this Comic-Con footage, you got a clearer shot of it. There's a lot of like Asgardian symbolism carved into the walls. Some people are theorizing that this is like Odin's war chest or his war locker. In the very next shot right here, this is Hydra. This is the Red Skull, obviously, after the accident. You can see his red chrome dome here at the bottom of the screen. And you can see these soldiers are holding both their arms up in a Hail Hydra kind of salute. But perhaps more importantly, they're holding that same rifle with the blue glowing energy that Dum Dum Dugan was firing early on.
Yep. Presumably that's the power is derived from the Cosmic Cube.
And then, bam. Bam. That's our money shot of the Red Skull in this trailer.
He's so gorgeous.
Yeah, they did a great job at designing the look of that. Now, I'm going to stop right here because we saw this spot in the Super Bowl, this shot in the Super Bowl spot, but something to note here is, one, Cap is firing a gun.
That's awesome.
I mean, he's wartime. It would make sense. Two, the guys around him. We already know that to Cap's left is Dum Dum Dugan. To his right is Bucky Barnes. But next to Bucky, last rewind, I thought that was Jacques Dernier, who was the Howling Commando known as Frenchie, but I think I'm wrong. From what I'm hearing and reading, I think that's actually Union Jack, who's played by J.J. Field. And the thing about Union Jack is he was actually an invader, not a Howling Commando.
Okay.
However, from what I'm hearing online, they're actually merging characters from both of those comic book teams for the film's version of the Howling Commandos.
Okay.
We're going to get some really cool action shots here now. Specifically, probably the best shots are Cap with the shield in action. We're going to see him smack a guy in the face with the shield right here. And then here, boom. Did you catch that? He's catching the shield. So clearly he's thrown it, and it ricochets back. And that is one of the money shots. But here is probably the second money shot. Boom. This is Cap chucking the shield.
It's the iconic Captain America pose.
Yeah, so let's pull up an image real quick from the comic book. And as you can see, he's pretty much sporting kind of the same body language, the same kind of, underarm chuck. His body ends up in the same positioning. There's a lot of attention to the comic book detail here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And this is it in action. I love how it, ricochets off the walls, right?
Yep.
Well, that's it, man. I cannot wait for this movie to hit in the summer. I believe it's July 22nd is the release date.
Yes, sir. And also check out Thor to see if there's any correlation between the Asgard scene.